In 1996, Stephen was diagnosed with pseudomyxoma peritonei, a really rare form of abdominal cancer. He got the diagnosis on the day that our second child was born, so particularly hard. And to be honest, he took to his bed and he didn't know what he was going to do. He asked the question how long he had left to live, and they told him that he wouldn't see his boys grow up, and that obviously devastated him. And for the full weekend, he didn't get out of bed, and I just didn't know which way he was going to turn. Something in his mind just clicked, and he realised that he had to fight and he had to be positive, and from that day forward that's what he did, and he wanted to help other people as well that was in the same situation. I think the first challenge that Stephen did was the walk from Hull to Old Trafford. It was a walk of 199 miles. He was at the back, he struggled. I remember the first night, I think they'd walked about 25 miles and he was in a hotel in Hull, and he rang me up and he was physically shaking. He had a blanket wrapped around him and he said, I don't know how I'm going to get up tomorrow and do this again. He'd just finished a course of chemotherapy, so he was quite weak anyway. But he did get up, he did do it, and he did every day, and he got stronger as he went on, to be honest. And from then on, he realised that he wanted to continue getting fit and continue to help other people, and the challenges just got harder and harder. Stephen died full of hope and positivity, to be honest, because he was finally given the option of a cure, of a life-changing operation, to have a transplant. It was the first in the world. They'd never done the operation before, and somebody with pseudomyxoma. He had the operation, it was 32 hours long, it was huge, it was massive, but he knew that that was his only option and that was his only chance. And he'd survived the operation, and it was 3 weeks later he got something called graft versus host, which is where the donor rejected Stephen rather than the other way around, which is more common. It's been really difficult, and I'm quite an emotional person and about other people's situations, and I think, how do they cope with that? But when it happens to you, you do find the strength from somewhere, and as Stephen used to say, you don't know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice, and I truly believe that, because if somebody had told me that I would have got through the period that we've just got through now, I wouldn't have believed them. But you do find the strength from somewhere. I've got 2 young boys, I've got to be strong for them, I've got to be positive, and I've got to carry on Stephen's legacy as well and continue the work that he did with the Linzi Prescott Foundation.